Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to do the Tunisian smock stitch. Now for this project, I'll be using a 4.5mm Tunisian crochet hook as well as the Burn Knot home decor yarn. Now for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to start with 14 foundation chains. You can start with 14 or any multiple of 2. Now, as is custom with Tunisian crochet, we're going to start the first row with a first row simple stitches, which means that we're going to pull up loops across the row. To do that, in the second stitch from the hook, insert your hook and pull up a loop. And in the third, do the same. And we're going to pull up loops in each stitch going all the way across the row. Now we started the row with 14 chains, which means that we should have 14 loops on our hook, and we can count just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now chain 1 for your return pass, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do that until we're at the end of the row. Now at the end of the row, you'll notice that we have 1 loop on our hook, and you'll also notice vertical bars going all the way across the row. Now this loop corresponds with the first vertical bar of the row, so we're going to skip that. But for our second and third vertical bar, we're going to insert our hook inside both, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now go ahead and take your Tunisian hook, and I like to pull it down at this point to keep only a short amount of the hook at the top, because I'm going to yarn under, and then I'm going to hold it in place with my index finger, and then I'm going to insert the hook, keep the hook downwards, that also helps here, insert the hook into the next 2 vertical bars, hook it to the working yarn, and pull up a loop. So let's do that again. Pull the hook down. You're going to want to keep a small amount of the hook at the end, and then yarn under, hold it in place with your index finger, find the next 2 vertical bars, insert the hook, keep the hook downwards like this, hook it to the working yarn, and pull up a loop. Yarn under, hold it with your index finger, insert into the next 2 vertical bars, and pull up a loop. And we're going to do that until we're at the end of the row. And then we're going to yarn under, hold, and in the last vertical bar, we're not just going to go at the top of it, but if you turn it to the side, you'll see a back bar as well. We're going to insert our hook in both and pull up a loop. Now, if you count the number of loops on our hook, you'll see that we have 14, just as we had before. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So we're going to chain 1 for our return pass, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do that until we're all the way at the end. Now at the end of the row, you should see vertical bars going across the row, and you should also have one loop on your hook. Now, as we did before, we're going to skip our first vertical bar, and in the second vertical bar, we're going to do a simple stitch. So insert your hook under the vertical bar and pull up a loop. That's a simple stitch. Now in the next two vertical bars, we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop. And then we're going to yarn under, hold it in place with your index finger, insert it into the next two vertical bars, and pull up a loop. Again, when I do this, I like to keep the hook, this part of the hook, a bit short. So yarn under, hold it in place with your index finger, keep the hook downwards, insert it into the next two vertical bars, hook it to the working yarn, and pull up a loop. And we're going to do that all the way across the row. So yarn under, yarn under, now for our last two vertical bars, we're going to yarn under, hold it in place with your index finger, but I'm going to do a simple stitch in the second to last vertical bar here. And I'm not going to yarn under for the next stitch. I'm just going to insert it in both the top vertical bar for our last stitch as well as the bar to the back, and pull through a loop. Now if you count, you'll see that we have 14 loops again on our hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now to make sure you're on track, always make sure that you have the same number of loops on your hook as we did in the beginning. Now once you're good to go, chain 1, and then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and this is always how we're going to close out the round. Yarn over, pull through 2 until you're at the end. Now this is a 2-row repeat, so in the next row we're going to repeat what we did when we started the smock stitch. So insert your hook into both vertical bars here and pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn under and insert our hook into the next two vertical bars and pull up a loop. Yarn under, hold it in place with your index finger, find the next two vertical bars, so it would be here and here, pull up a loop, yarn under, insert our hook, pull up a loop, and we're going to do that across the row. And then we're going to yarn under, hold it in place, insert our hook in the final stitch of the row, and pull up a loop. And again, our count should be 14. We're going to chain 1 for the return pass, yarn over, pull through 2 until we're at the end. And then we're going to repeat the row where we started with the simple stitch. So in the second vertical bar, pull up a loop for our simple stitch, and then insert our hook into the third and fourth vertical bar and pull up a loop. And that's where we start yarning under, inserting our hook, pulling up that loop, yarning under, inserting our hook, pulling up a loop, yarn under, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn under, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn under, and in the second to last vertical bar, insert our hook and do a simple stitch. And then in the last vertical bar, the last stitch of the row, insert it to the front as well as the back bars, pull up a loop, then we're going to chain one and yarn over and pull through two until we're at the end of the row. And you can already see the smock stitch pattern beginning to form here. In our next row, we would insert our hook into the second and third vertical bar, pull up a loop, yarn under, and complete the pattern going across. And then the row after that, we would start with our simple stitch, insert our hook into the next two vertical bar, and then start the row going across. So it's a 2-row repeat. Once you do that, you should be good to go. Now this should be the finished product. Now if you liked this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so as yet. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get right back to you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!